Yeah, no. He just, I don't know. But yeah, 26 times and then finished off with a gunshot.
Okay.
And then, I apologize, my computer's doing the damn...
It's taking off.
It's taking off.
There was an episode, I really think it was of, and that's why we drink, where they wanted to do a light murder story. I wish I could remember this guy's name.
Oh, the guy that wouldn't die.
Yes, the guy that wouldn't die.
They kept giving him poison and shit. And
what
he would just,
alcohol?
like, wake up the next day like, thanks, guys. See you tomorrow. Yeah, so maybe he was that guy. I don't know.
There was a relation.
There was, like, first stab, he wouldn't go down. Second stab, after, like, 15 stabs, don't you think you should just back off and be like, all right, you deserve it. You deserve to live. I'm done. But no, 26 stabs and a shotgun.
Wow.
The McCoy brothers were initially arrested by Hatfield constables, and they were taken to Pikeville for a trial. Pikeville, Kentucky. They're in the Kentucky area.
Okay.
Secretly, ants organized a large group of followers and intercepted the constables with their McCoy prisoners before they reached Pikeville.
So another rescue mission.
Another rescue mission. The brothers were taken by force to West Virginia. When Ellison died from his injuries, the McCoy brothers were killed by the Hatfields' vigilante justice in turn, being tied to pawpaw bushes, where each was shot numerous times with a total of 50 shots fired.
Jesus! They loved overkill.
They really did.
Holy crap!
They really did. They just were just like, you know what? Fuck it. Bullets are expensive. We'll pick them up later. Or it wouldn't have been that fast because it was 1880 something. They had to reload that shit. So that's just hatred.
Yeah.
That's just hatred. Their bodies were described as bullet riddled.
You think?
I would think they would be described as half missing and splattered on whatever a fucking pawpaw bush is.
Yeah. It's edible. I know that.
Okay, well, not after that.
It's like a native fruit.
Not after that.
Yeah.
Soon another McCoy, the second son of the murdered Harmon, named Larkin, or Lark McCoy, was ambushed by an alleged West Virginia posse led by the Hatfields. Because apparently they ain't done.
Clearly.
They ain't done. They gonna take all your sons. Even though the Hatfields and most inhabitants of the area believed their revenge was warranted, I mean, about 20 men, including ants, were indicted.
Yeah. What's that saying? Eye for an eye, the whole world goes blind?
Mm-hmm.
At some point, you just gotta quit the revenge, man.
There's no eyes left. Start taking kidneys. Let's go. All of the Hatfields, however, eluded arrest.
Of course they did.
Yes. This angered the McCoy family, who took their cause up with Perry Cline. Cline, who was married to Martha McCoy, is believed to have used his political connections to reinstate the charges and announce rewards for the Hatfields' arrests in the act of revenge.
Okay.
So a few years prior, Cline lost a lawsuit against ants over the deed to thousands of acres of land, subsequently increasing the hatred, again, between the two families. So the McCoys lost land to the Hatfields, so they are hating them for many other reasons, and now they're trying to get revenge this way.
Well, losing thousands of acres seems like a better reason than fighting over who owns a pig, but...
I think this is just escalating, and you think it would start with the land and then maybe be tipped off by the pig? Like, that's it.
Last straw.
Last straw, that's my fucking hog.
You already took all my land. That's
You
not
knocked
enough.
out my
Now you're going to
sister.
take my pig.
You knocked out my sister. You married my cousin. Now you're trying to steal my fucking hog. I'm done.
Yeah. That would make more sense.
That would make more sense. But no, we're going to start with the hog and then go to the sister and then some murders thrown in for flavor. And then we're going to go for the field of thousands of acres. They hate each other a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so... in 1886, Jeff McCoy killed a mail carrier named Fred Wolford, and the man who went to pursue him for his crime was acting constable Cap Hatfield. Cap and a friend named Tom Wallace shot him while on the run of the banks of the Tug Fork. Tom Wallace was soon, quote, found dead in the spring of 1887.
I swear, he was like that when I got here.
He was dead the whole time.
Believable.
Yeah. So here we go. The feud reached its peak This is peak feuding now.
This is all pre-peak.
This is pre-peak.
Okay, good.
So the feud reached its peak during the 1888 New Year's Night Massacre.
Jesus!
It's not a happy time.
Clearly. I think
It's
that
called
was
New
aptly
Year's
named.
Night Massacre. You know, there's not dancing involved.
So you did a massacre last week.
I did, and I'm doing
last
another
time.
one.
And
Well, there's
yeah.
more than one massacre that keeps happening. I mean, 3 dudes got tied up to bushes. 1 dude got stabbed 67 times.
Right, but it's a holiday massacre.
Oh, it's another holiday massacre.
Yeah.
It's a theme. All right.
Yeah.
So Captain Vance led several members of the Hatfield clan to surround the McCoy cabin and open fire on the sleeping family.
That's just dirty.
Yeah, fuck that. That's shady bullshit.
Yeah.
So, awoken by the shooting, as one would imagine,
Yeah.
the McCoys managed to grab their weapons and fired back. I mean,
Well done.
good job.
Well done.
Well done. The cabin was then set on fire
Oh, Jesus.
in an effort to drive the McCoys into the open.
Well, that would work.
But still, again, fuck these Hatfields!
Honestly.
I'm sorry. There's a lot of this where I'm just like, honestly, the Hatfields, fuck them! I'm with the McCoys on this one!
The Hatfields really are douches.
They're really awful! So, panicking, the McCoys rushed to every exit they could find. Randolph managed to escape and hide inside the pig pen.
That's ironic. Okay.
I know, right? He's like, the hogs will save me!
It started with a hog, it'll end with a
It'll
hog.
end with a hog! Most of his children managed to escape into the woods. Unfortunately, 2 of Randolph's children, Calvin and Alifair, were shot and killed near the family well as they exited their home. Randall's wife, Sarah, was caught, beaten, and almost killed. With his house burning, Randolph and his remaining families were able to escape further into the wilderness. His children, unprepared for the elements, suffered frostbite. The remaining McCoys moved to Pikeville to escape the West Virginia raiding parties. They're like, fuck you, we're gone. We're done.
That's fair. No, that's fair.
So, that wasn't the end of it.
Really?
It was not the end of it. But, that was kind of the apex.
Okay.
Because Sarah being caught, beaten, almost killed, Randall's wife, and then 2 of his children, Calvin and Alifair, were shot and killed. And from what I remember, Alifair was young, like 9.
No.
So, that was pretty fucking awful.
Yeah.
So, now we're moving on to Battle of Grapevine Creek. I love these names. It's like, what are we going to call this? There's a grapevine over there. Alright. So, between 1880 and 1891, the feud claimed more than a dozen members of the 2 families. On one occasion, the governors of West Virginia and Kentucky even threatened to have their militias invade each other's states. Like, bitch, handle your peoples.
Wow.
In response, Kentucky Governor S.B. Buckner sent his adjacent general, Sam Hill, to Pike County to investigate the situation.
Fair.
They're like, dude, sort this shit out.
What the hell is happening
What
over
is
there?
happening?
And make it stop.
A few days after the New Year's massacre, a posse led by Pike County Deputy Sheriff Frank Phillips rode out to track down Ance's group across the state line into West Virginia. Kind of like, dude, you fucking, you know. 2 McCoys were members of Phillips' posse, Bud and one of Randolph's sons, James, or Jim McCoy.
Okay.
The posse's first victim was Vance, who was killed in the woods after he refused to be arrested. Phillips then made other successful raids on Hatfield homes and supporters, capturing many and killing another 3 Hatfield supporters before cornering the rest in Grapevine Creek on January 19th. Unfortunately for Phillips, Ance and the other Hatfields were waiting for them with an armed group of their own, because why wouldn't they be?
Ah.
A deputy, Bill Dempsey, was wounded and executed by Frank Phillips after they surrendered.
Damn. He
Right?
wasn't even one of the family.
Right? On August 24th, 1888, 8 of the Hatfields and their friends were indicted for the murder of Alifair McCoy. That was Randolph's young daughter. They basically, there were others that were murdered, but that was the one that stuck out. Like, you done killed a kid.
Yeah.
This ain't fucking cool. Like, alright, enough with the adults and their bullshit, but you killed a baby. Fuck you.
That's where the line is.
That's where the
apparently.
line is, apparently, in 1888.
Okay.
You killed Alifair McCoy. Fuck you and your family. You're going to jail. So, they included Cap, Johns, Robert, and Elliot Hatfield, Ellison Mounts, French Ellis, Charles Gillespie, and Thomas Chambers.
Okay.
So, not Hatfields, but friends of Hatfields. So, then we have the trial.
Okay.
Because of the issues of due process and illegal extradition, the United States Supreme Court became involved.
Okay, because
West Virginia and Kentucky.
2 states, gotcha.
Yep.
Okay.
The Supreme Court ruled 7-2 in favor of Kentucky, holding that even if a fugitive is returned from the asylum state illegally instead of through lawful extradition procedure, no federal law prevents him from being tried.
Okay.
Which,
I mean, I think he deserves it, but also that ruling feels icky.
Well, it's also back in 1888.
I know.
So hopefully that's changed.
It's like, I don't care if you broke the law to get him here.
Now that he's here.
So...
Yeah, I know. It feels a little
But
gross.
also he deserved it.
He fucking deserved it.
Yeah.
Eventually the men were tried in Kentucky and all were found guilty.
Good.
Shocking. 7 received life imprisonment, while the 8th, Ellison Cotton Top Mounts, was executed by hanging and buried in an unmarked grave within sight of the gallows.
Wait. Why
he wasn't even a Hatfield.
Yeah, well...
Ellison had tried to retract his confession, stating that he was innocent and that he had only confessed because he expected leniency. But his retraction was denied. Thousands attended his hanging in Pikeville, but though the scaffold was in the open, its base was fenced off to comply with laws that had been passed which prohibited public executions.
Okay.
Yeah, because somehow the fence made it private-like. They put a little bit of wire around it. Oh, is this private? You can't see anything except for everything.
It's not a public execution. This is on private property.
It just happens that the public can surround this small square of private property.
Oh, Lord.
And we have it in the open.
Okay. Sure.
Yeah.
Logic.
Yeah. The hanging site is the current location of a classroom building of the present-day University of Pikeville. So I am sure that is not haunted as fuck. Sarcasm, it is haunted as fuck!
Right, no, I'm actually wondering, I don't think I've ever heard of it, though.
The University of Pikeville?
No, like any hauntings there.
Oh, we're gonna look it up.
We should.
We should. But I mean, come on! Dude was hanged there in a private, quote, curtained off scaffold that showed his
execution.
Death. Yeah.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
With his last words, Ellison claimed that the Hatfields made me do it. No one had been sent to the gallows in Pike County for 40 years, and after Ellison, no one ever was again.
You know what? I kind of believe him, though, because seriously, the Hatfields were like next level fuckers.
Right. I still can't find out why he was executed by hanging. I think it's only because he admitted it. Like, he said, yeah, I did it. And the others are like, no, I didn't fucking do it.
So, fuck that guy in particular.
Yeah, because he said, I did it. They're like, oh, okay, well, you admitted it, so we can hang your ass. Whereas the other ones are like, I didn't fucking do it. They're like, yeah, you fucking did it. No, I didn't fucking do it. Well, you're going to prison for life. Still didn't fucking do it.
That's dumb.
Yeah.
There's so much dumb. Okay.
Okay, it started with the damn hog.
Yes, there's so much dumb!
Yes. Of those sent to prison, Valentine Uncle Wall Hatfield, who was the elder brother of Ance, was overshadowed by Ance's ambitions, but was one of the 8 convicted. He died in prison of unknown causes. He had petitioned his brothers to assist in his emancipation for jail, but none came for fear of being captured and brought to trial.
Fair.
He was buried in the prison cemetery, which has since been paved over. So, haunted parking lot?
Again
with the haunted parking lots!
What? No. Oh, God. Did they move the bodies first?
I assume they had to.
I would hope so.
I would hope so, but if they were unmarked, there's a chance they didn't.
Oh, God. Okay.
But anyway. So, yeah, he basically said, come get me out. But his brothers are like, if we step foot in Kentucky, we're getting arrested. So, no. And so he died in prison.
Okay.
Doc D. Mahone, son-in-law of Valentine and brother of Pillant, one of the 8 Hatfields convicted, served 14 years in prison before returning home to live with his son Melvin. Pillant Mahone, son-in-law of Valentine, served 14 years in prison before returning home to rejoin his ex-wife, who had remarried but left her second husband to live with Pillant again. I am sure those dinners were not awkward as hell.
Oh, they had to be awkward as hell.
Had to be awkward as hell.
Yeah.
Fighting between the families eased following the hanging of Mounts. So they're kind of like, alright, somebody died for this. Trials continued for years until the 1901 trial of Jaunce.
Okay.
The fucker who impregnated Roseanne.
And ran off with the cousin?
Off. Yeah.
He's going to have some justice?
Yeah.
Yes!
He was the last of the feud trials, and let's hope they threw the book at that guy because seriously, fuck him!
So much!
I did not get to find out what